YouTube, this is Gemmy in transit, and this is a really cool review, I think. I do believe this is the second or third time Gemmy has turned one of their animatronics actually into an inflatable. This is the Airblown inflatable LightSync Barnyard Ballad. There we go, just trying to get in focus there. This is LightSync. Technically, it's LED, like most of them are, and it does sing. It has a sound box. It's horribly obnoxious. The asking price on this, or the MSRP I should say, was $70 at home, which no one was prepared to pay for this thing. It is not worth $70. I paid half off, so I think around like $35 for it, if that's the correct math. So these were my favorite boxes this year for Christmas, as opposed to the generic Home Depot or Lowe's boxes that are used on their regular inflatables. And this is technically not a licensed inflatable like I think it would be, since it is technically a Gemmy remake or animatronic. This is based off of an animatronic, basically a Barnyard Ballad like it says on the box. I'm not exactly sure what it did because I'm not super into animatronics, although I do have a couple. But it's a pretty cool inflatable. It is definitely unique. Maybe it'll be worth something in the future. I'll take it out of the box and I will show you guys what it's all about. So you can see everything back here. It is equipped with the 1.5 size cheap fan. I don't know if you guys knew that there are actually model numbers for the cheap fans, but the smallest size is 0.5, middle size is 1, and largest size is 1.5, which this is. Basically the equivalent of a YEF 60 base fan. And here's the sound box right here. I'll actually give you a look inside of it. It's actually a pretty small sound box, but it's sort of just kind of this cube with the wires exposed, which I think is absolutely absurd. And okay, so instead of having a little knob, it just has up and down. So there's no on and off either. Another ridiculous feature. I do not favor these sound boxes. I like the other ones, but what are you going to do? Another thing that I'd like to point out about these sound boxes is that if you turn the volume all the way down, like a normal sound box, you'd think when you plugged it in, it would start at the volume being 0. But as you can see, I have the volume all the way down, and as I plug it in, it starts up again. And if I go back in, and turn it all the way down, and then shut it off, you would assume that it would just be off at that point, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. It just starts right over again. So here it is, fully inflated. And as you can see, yeah, the bird on the end is not quite stretched out, but they say it's 6.5 feet, but it certainly doesn't look like it. It's definitely not quite the size of the Billy Bass, which is also 6.5 feet. And I'll turn out the lights for you so you can see. But it lights up okay. It's light fabric, so of course it's going to. And I'll give you a shot of the sound box real quick. So as you can hear, it's quite obnoxious, and I'd say overall, I really wouldn't recommend this inflatable to anyone, especially if you're getting it for over, I'd say $30, brand new in the box even. It's pretty poorly designed, especially the sound box, I would say. If I had to rate it out of 5, I'd maybe give it a 2.5, maybe a 3. It's about average for Gemmy quality nowadays. It's got a cheap fan, it's got a horrible sound box, poorly designed. But it doesn't look bad. The characters look okay. And it is based off an animatronic. So it's not that bad of an inflatable, but if the parts were executed a little better, maybe more people would have been inclined to buy it. Because my store had at least 3 or 4 of them left after the season. And that's the only inflatable they had left. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will be back to you soon with another video.